Okay, this is a lesson on the cost of car ownership. So we're going to play a Kahoot. We should have already probably done that by now. The link is in Classroom. So slide 3. Many of us have dreams of buying a car. It could be a sports car, a pickup, a new car, or a used one, or maybe just your own car. Your budget or what you can afford will help determine what you can spend on a monthly car payment. What should I spend on a car? You should spend less than 15 to 20% of your paycheck on owning a car. Your car payment is just a portion of the total cost of owning a car. The average monthly payment on a new car was $554 in the first quarter of 2019, according to credit reporting agency Experian. But that's far from the true cost of owning a car. For new vehicles driven 15,000 miles a year, the average car ownership costs were $9,282 a year, or about $773.50 a month. In quarter 1, 2019, according to AAA. Other costs to consider are depreciation, interest, fuel, insurance, license, registration, and taxes, maintenance, repairs, and tires. Also the cost of capital, how you could be using your money in other ways. Calculating the total cost of owning your car or one you might buy soon is the best way to make sure your auto budget is in line. When comparing the different costs, we can see that depreciation is by far the largest cost when owning a car. Fuel and insurance are the next largest at around 16%. Interest on your car loan is 13%. Then license, registration, and taxes represent 9% of car costs, as well as maintenance, tires, and repairs. Let's take a look at the different costs. First is depreciation. Depreciation is the decline in value of your car. A new car drops in value a whopping 25% in the first year alone. That means your $30,000 car is now worth $22,500 if you try to resell it. After the first year, a car's depreciation averages 17.5% per year. To calculate how much your car has depreciated, take the price paid minus the car's resale value. Cars don't last forever. Even if you don't drive it much, it still has wear and rust. For this reason, vehicles lose value. Some types of vehicles lose more value than other vehicles. Newer vehicles lose more value quicker than older vehicles. While this isn't a direct cost, you don't pay depreciation, it does affect you financially if you want to resell your car. For a $30,000 car, the depreciation after 1 year would be $22,500. The value after year 2 is $22,500, and then multiplied by the factor, then after the value after the second year is $18,562, and you guys can see how it's going to gradually decrease every year. Okay. This is how you can figure out what your vehicle is worth every year. This shows an example what we just looked at with numbers. So after the first year, your $30,000 car, or you paid $27,705 for a 2018 Ford F-150 regular cab model. After the first year, it's dropped $7,000. Next year, it's dropped $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, and about $2,000. So you can see how it decreases over time. Slide 11 shows our example in graph form. You can see how year 1 drops at a steeper rate as compared to years 1 through 5. Cars that are more practical or reliable typically hold their value better. They depreciate less, as they usually have lower costs for repairs and maintenance. Vehicles that are less reliable, as well as most luxury and sports cars, tend to depreciate faster. They are more likely to need expensive repairs and maintenance. Fuel costs are affected by how you drive. Lots of fast acceleration uses more fuel. How many miles you drive. the miles per gallon, and the type of fuel required. You do not need to buy premium fuel unless your car requires it. So I'm going to have you calculate how much you would spend in fuel in a month's time. We're going to say for over $1,000, okay, for the following cars. For an economy car, 1,000 miles times 1 gallon divided by 30 miles is $33.33 per gallon times 250. How much would you spend in a year? And you can see here how this works. So that's about fuel. Slide 15 is about insurance. Higher MSRP means higher insurance rates because an expensive car would require pricier repairs. You may not need high coverage maximums on a car. That's not worth much anymore. Drop collision and comprehensive coverage on an older car once the cost of coverage exceeds your car's value. We will learn more about vehicle insurance in a later section, but for now you need to know that insurance is a cost of operating a vehicle. In fact, in most states, it is mandatory that you carry a minimum level of insurance. Interest rate charges with loan rates at 6 or 10% and the average amount borrowed at $32,187 for a new car, interest charges can really begin to add up. Dealers may try to get you into a car by stretching out your car loan for another year to get the monthly payment closer to what you feel comfortable at. Beware of this tactic because even though you can afford the car on a monthly basis, you will be paying more interest, which means more money overall for the car. Every state is different on how registration is done. In Iowa, car registration is based on the new car sticker price, even if you purchased it used, and the car weight. For a $30,000 car, the car registration is $300, plus a surcharge for the weight. After your vehicle is 12 years or older, the registration fee is a flat $50 per year plus the weight surcharge. And there's a link there that you can go to see how much registration is per vehicle. Driving costs are affected by how well your vehicle runs. Performing regular maintenance can ensure more efficient operation and help prevent costly repairs later. AAA recommends at every oil change that the following should be checked: air filter, battery cable connections, belts, fluids, and hoses. At least once a month, the engine oil and tire tread and inflation should be checked. Optional, the cost of the routine maintenance is right here. Oil changes can range from $30 to $50 every 5,000 miles, twice a year basically. New tires can be $400 to $800 every 30 to 40,000 miles, which means you get new ones about every 3 to 4 years. Brakes, brake pads, and rotors, $400 every 3 years. A timing belt around 100,000 miles, that's $800 to $1,200. Shocks and struts, $500 to $1,000 every 60 to 80,000 miles. And a new battery, which can range from $80 to $200 every 3 to 5 years. There are ways to save on car expenses. For a car payment, you can refinance or downsize to a less expensive car. Insurance-wise, you can use every discount available, clean up your driving record, drop collision coverage, and increase your deductible. For maintenance, you can perform routine maintenance. Gas, change your driving style. Driving moderately instead of aggressively, for example, reduces fuel consumption by over 30%. Buy wisely. Tune your car. Stop buying premium gas. And purchase a fuel economic car. And for depreciation, buy a used car instead of a new one. And look for a high resale value car. TC's 2 cents. A used car will typically keep your expenses down. Keep your vehicle for 5 to 10 plus years. Practical is better. You can always borrow a truck or an SUV. Remember maintenance and repairs. Luxury and sports cars are much more expensive to maintain. Insurance, you need to have good coverage. There'll be more to come about this in the insurance unit. Bad car decisions are very difficult to unwind. The cost of owning a car is more than the car payment. Being aware of these additional costs will help you meet your budget and life goals. So now I'm going to have you go ahead and open up your version of 61A car ownership. Use cars.com car loan calculator to help you complete these questions.